Joey Longo, A Gangster's Tale, by J.N. Wdowski. For your full enjoyment, be sure to read, listen, or watch to the end. Chapter 13. Presentation. Pulling up to his building, Joey noticed 2 patrol cars parked in front. The cruiser tailing him sped past him, being relieved by the other vehicles. One of the patrol cars had 2 officers in it. The other police car was empty. He pulled into the underground garage. Parking, he checked his security cameras on his phone. Waiting outside his door were Detective Eagle Scout and 1 uniformed officer. The detective was looking at his watch, while the patrol officer seemed a bit distressed and was fidgeting. Arriving on his floor, he walked out of the elevator, taking out his keys. He approached the detective and cop. "Am I under arrest for something?" "No, Mr. Longo." The detective responded, "Just want to talk. Can we come in?" He looked at the patrolman. "Can he use your bathroom?" "Too much coffee?" Joey asked the cop as he unlocked the door and led them in. "Help yourself." He pointed at the bathroom door. "Thanks." The patrolman touched the glossy black visor of his hat and rushed to the bathroom. "May I get you a coffee?" Joey asked the detective, pointing at the couch for him to take a seat. "I'm fine, thanks." "Since I am not under arrest, how can I help you, detective?" Joey sat in one of the armchairs facing the detective. "Our chief received a very strange call this morning, Mr. Longo." He answered, "Oh, and how does it concern me?" "It was from our chapter president of the PBA. The chief called me into his office and instructed me that I should assist you in any fashion, that the department's entire resources and manpower are at your disposal." "Really now?" Joey was surprised, realizing he may have underestimated Mr. Munt's influence. "So how can I help?" the detective calmly asked. "Seriously?" Joey was not buying it. It was too easy. "We are a very tight department. If our president and our chief say give you complete assistance, we will give complete assistance." Hearing the patrol officer using the bathroom sink, he leaned in closer to Joey. "Are you FBI, HLS, DOW, NSA, CIA. CIA is legally not allowed to operate domestically, and to answer your question, I do not work directly for any of the alphabet agencies," Joey whispered to the detective. "The people I do work for are actually a bit higher than all of them." With the patrol officer re-entering the room, the detective stood up and handed a card to Joey. "If you need anything, do not hesitate to call me." Joey stood and took the card. "You will hear from me, detective. As for now, your surveillance of me is appreciated. I hope you will keep them near me." "Will do." Detective Eagle Scout answered, gesturing to the uniformed cop that they were leaving. Touching the brim of his hat as he looked at Joey, the police officer thanked him again and followed the detective out. Just as he closed the door behind them, May's phone pinged in his pocket. Taking the phone out, he looked at the phone's fractured screen. She had received a message from Chen. The message was 2 simplified Chinese characters, bao gao, meaning report. He took out his phone and called Tommy. "Did the clothes arrive?" He listened. "Good. I need you to come here with the girls." As he hung up his phone, it then rang. Looking at the call sign, it was Munt. "Mr. Munt." "Sorry, Thomas." He listened. "I will be there, thank you." He hung up the phone. 15 minutes later, Tommy and the girls entered. Tommy had May walk in front of him to keep an eye on her. Both the girls had changed into the new clothes he had bought for them. Anita was wearing a tight light blue t-shirt with a white rabbit eating an orange carrot. With the shirt, she wore a pair of cut-off blue jeans. May was wearing a pink blouse. Her top buttons were undone. With the blouse, she wore a belted red pleated plaid skirt that was above her knees. Joey, holding her phone, showed her the message on the screen. "Is he expecting a text or call back?" "Call back," she answered, looking at the message. "Audio or visual?" he questioned. "Video, when I am in the bathroom," she answered. "Let's go. Just the 2 of us." He escorted her to the bathroom. Once in, he turned on the water, letting it run. He handed her the phone. "Sit on the toilet," Look into the phone. The image should only be your face and the ceiling behind you. I will be here listening. Keep it simple. I will be speaking in Mandarin, she explained to Joey. I am aware. As I said, keep your answers simple. I'll be able to follow. Joey assured her as he stood over her, handing her the phone. She made the video call as Joey listened to her conversation in Chinese. Joey realized he needed to brush up. He was able to understand about 80% of what they were saying. Chen had discovered that he and Rodrigo were not at the Barbacoa restaurant. He wanted to know how she got it wrong. Thinking fast, she told him that Joey had changed the location after he had left. He had not brought her or anyone with him since he and Rodrigo both agreed to meet alone. Chen hesitated at first, but finally seemed to buy her explanation. She ended the call and handed the phone back to Joey. Very good, Joey assured her. She stood up, putting her hands around him. You can trust me, Joey. I really do have feelings for you. Yeah, like I told you before, rebuilding trust takes time. As for you having feelings for me, I trust that even less. Joey took her hands off him. Shutting off the running water, he led her out of the bathroom. You do anything else while in there? You were there for a long time. Anita narrowed her eyes at May. It was 10 minutes, Joey responded. Seemed like an hour, you sure? Anita challenged him. Tommy looked oddly at Anita. It was only 12 minutes. 3 hours later. Joey used the remote to lower the drawbridge to Vander Munt's private island. Behind him was a patrol cruiser for protection, followed again by one of the Triad's black Mercedes. They both pulled to the side of the road, waiting on the mainland for his return. Driving up to the mansion, several cars were parked in the circular driveway. Most had drivers and what seemed to be armed security. They had the whole cliché look of dark suits, dark sunglasses, and slight bulges under their business jackets. The drivers ignored him, but those armed cautiously eyed him. They watched him as he parked the Camaro, exiting his vehicle, and focused on him as he walked to the mansion. Gilbert was outside the main entrance waiting for him. Mr. Longo, they are all waiting for you in the formal dining room. Thank you, Gilbert, Joey responded as Gilbert opened the main door to escort him to where Vander Munt and his guests were waiting. Entering the main dining room, he saw that Vander Munt, as he did last time, sat at the far end of the table with his back to the kitchen door. Of the other 19 chairs around the table, 7 were empty, including the one at the opposite end of the table from Thomas. Please sit, Mr. Longo. Everyone who is coming is here. Thomas Vander Munt gestured for him to take the seat at the end of the table. I guess we should make introductions before we start. Thomas looked first at his right at the man sitting near him. Please give your name and who you represent. I am Tim O'Neill, Policemen's Benevolent Association. The next 2 men on the right spoke. Hernandez, Teamsters, Local 671. Vinny Russo, head of Longshoremen's Local 1411. I represent the Hospitality and Casinos, Local 23. My name is Carmen Rivera. 2 empty chairs before the next person introduced himself. Christopher Remington, CEO of New England Arms. The last 2 chairs were also empty. Thomas then turned his attention to the man seated on his left. Please. He looked down at Joey as the others had done. Morgan Smith. I am the chair of the American Bankers Association of the Northeast Region. The next person introduced himself to Joey. I am Rufus Jefferson of the Small Business Association. The 60-year-old woman to his left then introduced herself. I am Dr. Marcia Fairfax, president of the local university. The next 2 seats closer to Joey were empty. Father Giovanni Fontana. I am the rotating representative of the Association of Judo Christians for the state. On his left, a man with dark-rimmed glasses smiled at Joey. Steve Peterson, CEO of Future Tech. Next to him, a 45-year-old blonde woman in a lavender pantsuit spoke up. I am Nicole Miller-Lovett. I am the CEO of Apex Media Group. The final person introduced herself with a slight sing-song Indian accent. I am Dr. Vibha Sharma. I represent the Guild of Northeastern Medical Professionals. You look too young to be a doctor, and way too young to be the head of a doctor's guild. Joey said to the attractive petite woman. "You are very, very kind, Mr. Longo." She grinned, blushing slightly. "I am older than you." "Really? You look like you are still in high school, perhaps a freshman in college at best." Joey responded, surprised. She giggled slightly. "I am 35 years old, Mr. Longo. Do you like younger men?" He smiled at her. "Please call me Vibha." Her dark brown eyes lit up as she looked at him. A coughing sound rang out from the other end of the table as Munt brought their attention back to the business at hand. "Sorry," Joey responded. "You have 6 empty seats. Are we waiting for others?" Munt's face soured. "Teachers' Union, Government Workers' Union, DNC and RNC representatives, the Trial Lawyers Guild, and the Union of Higher Education all unfortunately refused to join us." "That is unfortunate, but not unexpected," Joey answered. "I am, though, very pleased that you have all agreed to meet with me." He turned his attention to the influential men and women that sat around the table. Please continue to Chapter 14, Responses.
To support the author, please like, share, comment, and subscribe.